I'm Nikki, and this is another art video. This is also a portrait, and it's called Silky because I just love the feel of this portrait. It felt very silky to me, so that's why I came up with that name. Even from the beginning of this portrait, you can kind of get that silky feel in like the flow of the hair, the posture of the neck, you know, the tilt of the head. It all kind of comes together, I think, the composition and the painting. I was a little concerned when I was drawing this one that I wouldn't be able to capture the tilt of her eyes, like looking down, looking at the camera. But it actually, I think I was able to get it the way I wanted to. Getting like the angle of everything to sort of match up and read correctly. I think I got it. I feel like I captured it the way I wanted to and get close to the lightness, you know? I'm trying to do more variation in skin tones, like different kind of skin tones to kind of practice that, because I tend to default to this one skin tone. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like this light brown skin that it's okay. The reason I do that skin tone is because I'm able to get enough contrast and highlights differences, and the contrast between the lights and darks is more noticeable, I guess. So I'm trying to practice with different skin tones with these portraits that I'm doing, these portraits from reference. But I'm excited that the next portrait after this one is actually one from imagination. I was really proud of it. It came out really good. There was some tweaking I had to do to get the proportions right. I got some help from a friend on figuring that out too. So I'm excited to share that one with you guys when I finish it, when I edit it and upload it, I mean. But I learned a lot from this portrait to apply in that one. There's some parts that hopefully I remember to point out when we get to them of the shading that really helped in the new one, in the one from imagination, I mean. Yeah, so I learned a lot from doing all these portraits that I've been doing so far. I feel like there's still a lot that I don't understand, like how to do, like, you know, from a profile, for example, from this side, the cheek, painting it and getting good variation in the colors and shadows and lights and figuring out what it's supposed to be. If I'm doing it from imagination, it's still a struggle, and it comes out kind of flat sometimes, and I really need to do more portraits in profile to figure that out. So what I'm doing now is like trying to figure out the color of the lips, and it's a lot of trial and error. Someone asked me once, like, how do I, you know, pick the colors and get them to look like the reference? And it was just a lot of practice. Like, it's building up your ability to see, you know, it's careful observation. Art is all about careful observation, at least when you're drawing from reference, and it takes a lot of practice to be able to pick up the colors in your mind, what you see, and kind of recreate it on the canvas. And the more you do it, is the better you get at it. And that's all I can say. You know, I'm no expert. I get it wrong sometimes, but I've been doing pretty well at getting the colors. There is one portrait that I did do recently. It's a few videos away, where the colors of the reference were so like all over the place. Like, I couldn't figure it out. It's because she had freckles, so it's kind of hard to tell what the underlying midtones and lighting and shadows and lights and all that was. You know, where the highlights were on the cheek, because there were freckles there, and that kind of made it feel darker than it really was. So I definitely need more practice with that, but it's just a work, it's just a process, you know. You keep working on it, you keep practicing it, and you will get better. So, you know, it's easy to feel discouraged, though. I understand, like, it's frustrating when you're looking at it and like you can't reproduce it on the canvas, like, what's wrong? But it's just practice. at least from my experience. Okay, so one of the areas that I learned from this for my picture from imagination was like the lighting on the forehead. You see that lighting right across between the brows, right above the brows. It's off the screen now. But that lit area, I utilized that in my portrait from imagination, and it really came out good. I thought it really worked, you know. And I also used the light right on the bridge of the nose. Hopefully when we go back to seeing the face, you can see it. And I did remember those when I was doing the portrait. And it was really because of this piece that it kind of got into my memory. I was like, oh, okay, that's how you do that. One thing that I didn't get was like the highlight on the upper lip, you know? I didn't realize that the light would be caught there. I mean, I'm doing it in this piece, but it was kind of accidental. It's because of the shadows around the upper lip that the upper lip looks highlighted. I didn't actually mean to highlight it, you know? So I didn't actually learn it. So I'm finishing up with the neck and moving on to the lips, I think. Yeah. Oh, these lips came out so good. I don't know. I have always had trouble like figuring out, like, you know, the lines in the lip that's usually there, and I could never get it to look good whenever I did it. But like lately, looking at references, at least the references that I have, I guess they're not like good enough quality to show that kind of detail in the lips. So I've not been having to draw that detail, and I've liked how they look without the lines. I don't know if it's less realistic or what, but I like how it looks. So I'll probably be doing it like that from now on. I think I still added the lines in the lips on my piece from imagination. Just, I think lightly. I don't remember clearly now. We'll find out, I guess. But I do like this look. I like it without the lines. I guess I just need more practice with adding the lines. And something else there that I just did that I learned was like that little under the lid area where, you know, something that I like anyways, not that I learned, is just having those little lines under the eye. Really, that little detail really does a lot to make the eyes pop. And I really like how it accentuated the eyes, and it really also added to the feeling of looking down, you know, her gaze, the direction of her gaze. It accentuated that and really added to, I don't know, the feel of the head tilt and the posture that she has right now. Oh, and this hair, I'm not gonna lie, I did not put my all into the hair. I was a little bit, I don't know, like I was unsure of how to do it in the way that I wanted. I kind of just blended in the darks that I had placed before and did a really big brush stroke through with my hairbrush texture brush thing, and I called it a day, which is kind of ironic because it was one of the features of the photo that I really liked, you know, that I thought was like the silky feel, the look of her skin and the flow of her hair, and then I go and kind of not really give my all to it. But I mean, all said and done, it still came out pretty good, I thought. It wasn't bad at all. But all in all, I thought this picture came out really good. It's definitely up there with my faves, as one of my faves. I love the mood of this picture. I love the feel, and I love the texture. This one definitely works well with the airbrushed finish that I have, definitely. So I was very happy with it. Anyways, thanks for watching. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.